Damn, things are getting a little bit weird. Because the only missions we have to select now are 1.5 stars and 2 stars on the next priority mission. So really, we either just let the clock tick by, or we attempt a 1-star mission with 2 mechs. And guys, I've never been more determined to prove that something is possible than I am right now. Let's do it. We're getting a number of reports from agents on the ground of a powerful mech sporting Canopian colors. A single mech operating on its own, out in the middle of nowhere. Sounds like a trap. Our plan is to spring this trap and see who comes to investigate. Engage the mech, intercept the forces of the Engage the mech, intercept the forces of the magistracy? Does that actually say magistracy? It does, yeah. Of the Engage the mech, intercept the forces of the magistracy of the canopus. Oh my god. Blah blah blah. Stuff. Things. Negotiate. Money. We're gonna go with the same setup we had before. Send the ladies out and give this a shot. I'm very, very worried about this, but I think it's worth a try. I think it's worth experimenting a little bit. Let's do it. We're in the area where the We're in the area where the Canopian mech was sighted. Move up and make contact. Let's see what sort of trap this is. Alright, now I guess more to my original point, going on missions with less mechs than you're used to is terrifying. And I think it's going to apply even more now that we are going on a mission that is 1-star difficulty. We can assume a couple of things. Number one, it's going to be similar to the Grim Sybil mission, so there's going to be medium mechs on the field. So we're going to have to be careful. There's going to be a lot more firepower coming our way, and we should rightfully be afraid of what's coming. So there's 1 target off in the fog of war, 2 targets off in the fog of war already. The first one, making sure to stay right on the edge. This guy coming out. A fire starter. That is a lightweight mech that I believe has flamethrowers. Let's check it out. And he's got, yeah, medium laser machine gun and a bunch of flamers. So if he gets in close, we might be in trouble. So he's got 4 points of evasion right now. Not a lot of armor. So this might not be as hard as I'm thinking. If we can sensor lock him, then we may be able to take him out with our PPCs if we get a really just juicy shot. So let's give it a shot. Behemoth is currently line of sighting, so I don't need to worry about her building evasion or anything. So let's see how this works. Sensor lock gonna take off 2 points of evasion.
What's up, Doc?
And then Behemoth can take her shot. Now I'm not gonna move her because she's going to get the bulwark ability by staying in the same position. The evasion's still giving us a bit of a hard time, especially for our medium lasers, because I think we're moving out of the effective range of the weapon. But you know what? I'm gonna fire the medium lasers and the PPC. I'll save the SRM because that's just a bit too low, and I might need it later. I don't know how many contacts we're gonna run into, so let's give it a try. Got some structure exposed. Left arm destroyed. Got rid of some of his firepower. We got something coming from the flanks and firing a very long-range shot at us, but it is going to miss. Thank goodness. That is a bit concerning that we're getting flanked. Definitely going to have to start sweating. Locust is the second target. It's got a bit more armor than the fire starter, but the Locusts are generally pretty weak. This one has some short-range missiles on him.
Light damage. Hold me firm.
No, it's got some long-range missiles. That's an interesting setup for a Locust. But overall, not too worried yet. Okay, so everything moved. This thing is terrifying because it's got us flanked. I think a shot from its current position will probably hit our arm instead of our rear.
What's up,
So I think we're okay in staying in this position, but I do feel a bit more comfortable about maybe moving into the trees and getting some evasion, but unfortunately, we'd have to sprint to really get where I want to be. There's really no good position that we can get to. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I want to move the Shadow Hawk into cover. That's a definite that I want to try right now.
Waiting for orders.
But before I do that, maybe I try to take a shot. Got some pretty solid chances all around. I can't use precision shot.
Locking on target.
I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Totally failed. And I forgot to check on the short-range missile, so that was a huge misplay. I think we're going to end up dying today, folks. I think it's a done deal.
Waiting for orders.
So we're going to walk the Shadowhawk into the forest, give her that extra cover. Can't make it... Well, we can make it completely in the forest, but this is leaving us very vulnerable to flanks. But hopefully our evasion will save us from that. And we're going to use a precision shot with the AC-5 and maybe just try and hit the torso. I mean, that brings us up to 80%. That right torso seems like a juicy target. I don't think I'll kill the center torso with a shot because this only does 45 damage. This has more health. You know what? We'll go for the center torso. We got to go big or go home here. We're going to fire everything. LRMs have a very low chance to hit, under 50%.
Copy that.
But you got to risk it for the biscuit. Fail. Epic failure. Super epic failure. Oh, we're risking it for the biscuit, and all we're getting is gravy. And gravy without a biscuit, not very good. That's not true, but
Damage is
it's
light.
fine. Oof.
Light damage, Commander.
That shot from super long range gonna connect, but the fact that we're braced down because of our special ability is helping us tremendously.
Receiving.
So I think the Vindicator just stays where it is forever. So Behemoth just not going to move from her current position. She'll continue taking shots to the side. The armor in her arm is probably going to fall off if she gets hits again. So maybe I should move her. We can jump to a fresh position. So you know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we jump to a fresh position? We can't really do anything about the arm getting targeted, short of maybe trying to face the front of our mech at the enemies more, so we'll try that.
Engaging jump jet.
So that's going to get rid of our bulwark ability, but it's fine. We've got 4 points of evasion, still hanging out in the forest. Now we can really do a proper alpha strike. No, we can't because it'll cause us to overheat.
Copy that.
This fire starter is surviving way too much stuff. And there it goes, using its fire.
Damn it! I'm wounded!
So that injured the pilot, and it raised the heat on the mech pretty considerably. But thankfully, this mech doesn't generate a lot of heat from firing their weapons. I feel like punching him... I actually don't know how much damage melee hits do in this game at all. So, why don't we just punch him?
Location confirmed.
I feel a little bit nervous right now because I'm making some sloppy plays here, but we destroyed the center torso with that right hook,
Hostile removed.
so maybe there's still hope for us. It's definitely risky plays going on here, and I'm feeling more and more the fact that we only have 2 mechs.
I'm under
Just
heavy
the
fire.
limited firepower that we're using right now is very, very apparent. So every decision is going to be that much more critical because we have such a limited force. But if the enemies continue on the path that they're on, that guy that's off in the fog of war somewhere firing that PPC shot, it seems like
Commander?
he has maybe a 10% chance to hit and he's not willing to come any closer to us. So we could use that to our advantage. What I'll do with the Vindicator, she needs to brace because she's generated way too much heat.
Good to go.
And the Shadow can start moving around a bit just to build up the evasion, and she can take a shot on the Locust.
On the move.
Not the greatest chances, though. I can boost it up with precision shot, though. I'm going to spend a lot of morale trying to get this guy eliminated. He's right up in our grill. It feels like the smart move.
Targeting Alpha Strike.
Structure exposed. Not going to get the kill. Very close, though. We should be able to kill this Locust in the next turn. I think that was worth it.
I got something.
Now this guy finally coming in a little bit closer, but not close enough to fire. And with that, the Behemoth is back in action. Now, the Behemoth is back in action. She can move, fire that big shot on the Locust, and probably finish it off. Though I want to make sure I'm in a position where I can hit the center torso, and I think right here should do it. We'll just go with the PPC. Save the lasers, don't want to generate excess heat.
Target confirmed.
Boom, headshot. She failed. Now normally I say Decker's off the team, but it's starting to look like Behemoth is about to get her ass kicked off the team. Bitch moaning and complaining about coffee, and now she's trying to spite me by missing shots. We can't have that. Alright, on the bright side though, Slugger has some very, very good shot percentages on the Locust. It didn't generate any evasion in the previous turn. We should be able to kill it, even without using our AC5 ammo. We're actually running low, so I want to try and be a little conservative. We'll use the AC5 Plus and the LRM5. That should be enough to kill. Yeah, if we get an AC5 hit on the center torso, it's dead. So we don't need to commit everything to this. Got it.
I hope we can salvage that.
I hope we can salvage that too. Alright, this is the last mech. According to the UI, we've destroyed 50% of the enemy reinforcements. This is the other 50% right there walking underneath us. So we've got to try and get the jump on him. Though I don't imagine that will be too easy. We could move forward and then... Wait, did I just make a pun without realizing it? I did. I said we could try to get the jump on him, then I clicked on the jump action and didn't even notice I was making the greatest pun ever. Now this guy is in the forest and he probably has some evasion, so this is probably not going to be the greatest shot ever. So I could kind of wait and be a bit more passive about this. Sort of see what he does, and I think that's where the smart money is. So I'll just march forward a bit. I won't get the jump on him. See what he does. Play safe. Alright, it doesn't look like he can fly. So, yeah. We're going to have to be aggressive if we want the kill. So let's get in there and start doing stuff. Let's try to jump to a position that gives us 4 points of evasion. There we go. And this should be alright. From here, I imagine we'll have decent shot percentages with everything. We are right about in the medium range, and I am 100% correct. All systems, full power. Let's blow this bitch up.
I think I hit something good.
Now Slugger, she does not have vision on the guy from her current position, but she could send a salvo of long-range missiles at him with a 65% chance to hit. And even if I walk up, that's pretty good.
Heading out.
I feel like I'm having a hard time figuring out what is truly medium range and what is truly long range. Because I feel like this is a medium range shot, but I have such a high hit percentage. I suppose, the height difference is making up for it a little bit. And I guess I'm still within the minimum range. I guess I'm somewhere within the optimal and the maximum range for the LRM, so my shot percentage is alright. So, fuck it. That's definitely something I'm going to have to get adjusted to fully. Just when am I close enough, when am I far enough. Maybe there's a piece of the UI that I'm missing that shows exactly how far I am away from certain targets, but as for right now, I can't 100% tell the distance. This buddy, he tried so hard to snipe us with that PPC, but he failed.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The hype is real. Got the knockdown. Injured the pilot. I think that's the first knockdown I've gotten in my campaign, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's pretty cool. Please kill it. Just hit the center torso. Oh, right. Precision strike. Please hit the center torso so we can all go home. Thank you.
Hostile eliminated.
One of those 15 missiles was going to hit if the AC-5 didn't. So there we go. We finished a 1-star mission with 2 mechs. And that feels pretty good. I think I've sufficiently proven myself to be a decent Battletech commander with that one. And I feel like we can take a little break and reconvene. Next time we should have our new mech up and running so we can test out the mega rocket salvo. That'll be a lot of fun, and we'll probably have a full squad ready to go. This is very exciting. I like the amount of flexibility that we get with this game, to where we can field incomplete squads of 2-3 mechs and pilots if we need to, and if we play smart, then we can get away without taking any significant damage and get the victory. So that was solid. So folks, with all of that said, the name of the game is Battletech. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what tips you have about judging the distances on the battlefield in Battletech, because that is something I'm having a hard time coming to terms with. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.